Shalom.
Shalom. All praises to the Most High.
This is Waco Israel Ministries. We do thank and praise the Most High, Ahayah, always bahashem, Yashayah, and the Barak, the Holy Spirit, for another opportunity to be in front of you, to bring to you the truth of the Bible, the truth which is the Bible, the only truth, which is, again, the truth of the Scripture. And we're going to go through, we're going to do a breakdown of the 12 tribes today. We haven't done a 12 tribe lesson in a while. I don't think we have. We mentioned it, but it's always good to go over stuff in case there's new people listening.
Yes,
who aren't
that's right.
Who are not acquainted with the doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
We understand. First of all, let me say it like this: if you are a Christian or someone who is church oriented, we here do not believe the same as you do. Okay, we believe completely differently than you do. We believe in the Bible as it is written, not as it has been interpreted through a religion or through a church system.
That's right.
We believe the Bible as it is written.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Bible, not just the 66 books. The Bible is way more than 66 books.
The missing books, that's right.
Okay, so we understand the Scriptures completely differently than a person sitting in a pew in a church would.
Come on.
Why? Because and it's good to understand biblical, if I want to say, biblical understanding or philosophy. Okay, the philosophy of the Bible is a book of a people. It's a philosophical,
right,
historical, spiritual,
physical.
It is the Bible. Once you really understand the Bible changes your philosophy on life, or the way. Let's say like this, if that's a big enough to the Bible, once you understand it, changes the way you see the world and the way you operate, or the way you think. It changes your philosophy because it becomes your philosophy, or the way you understand life in general, right?
That's right.
First of all, for those of you who may be Christian, Christ was a man, what we call a Negro or a black man. And that does matter. Why? Because if Christ did not have a color, then he could not be a savior to a people, or a savior at all. Plus, that would go against the whole Bible when the Bible said that Christ came to save a people from their sins, a certain people. And we know that in 1 John,
I came to save all people from their sins.
In 1 John 3 and 4, the Bible says the sin is transgression of the law.
That's
so
right.
by default, only one people could have transgressed the law, which brought sin or judgment upon them or curses upon them for breaking the law of what? Moses. And who was the law of Moses given to? The children of Israel. Who are the children of Israel? The Negroes and the Latinos.
Let me say something real quick. The Christian church is teaching that the Israelites, the black Hebrews, they weren't white, didn't want to keep the law. No.
They could not.
They could not. They said they couldn't keep the law. It was too hard. No, that's a lie. they did not want to keep the law.
Why would
Now, I'm going
God?
to read that in Barak.
Why would the Most High give you something you can't do and then
That's right.
punish you for not doing it?
There you go.
That's hypocrisy. The
That's
Most High is not a hypocrite. What he does is he gives you something easy to do, but because you want to be like other people, you don't do it. So you transgress and you fall and you bring a judgment or a curse upon you. The law is keepable. It's the fact that people don't want to keep it.
That's it.
That makes it hard on the person because they've been taught that they can't do it. But when you're taught you can do it, you start believing you can do it, and it becomes reality, or it becomes real. Another thing we don't believe here, and for all of us who understand, we do not observe holidays. Whether it be Christmas, whether it be Easter, Thanksgiving, Halloween.
That's right.
All those holidays are wicked and should be avoided. They deal with occult worship at the highest, at the level that we don't see. In the spirit realm and with the people that are connected to that wicked side of the realm.
Clear the air, Josh.
We don't observe Sunday worship. Why? Because Sunday worship was given to us by the Roman Catholic Church. Actually, Babylonians and Egyptians really started that, but because after 70 AD happened in the fall of the children of Israel, what happened was Rome took over the religion or the spiritual control of the earth. Once they conquered Israel, the Israelites, the true Israelites, and they started perverting everything. They started to pervert the worship, the holy days. They started to pervert the diet. They started to pervert everything. Putting images, idolatry.
That's right.
So, of course, I'm going to play a video. We put a lot of different information in our lessons because we don't want you just to hear one thing. We want you to be able to research a lot of different things and look into things. We want to provoke your mind and really make you try to see something that you haven't seen before, or look at something slightly differently, because as soon as you start to look at something differently, other things start to come together. It really starts to connect. Why do we not celebrate worship on Sunday? Because Sunday was not, as I just said, Sunday is pagan. It's sun worship, regardless of how that makes people feel. Regardless,
he doesn't mean the Son of the Most High. He means the sun in the sky, the sun.
The S-O-N.
Right. I'm going to read something in Barak before you go to the video. All right, just a couple scriptures.
So what we understand,
if you're going to confirm what you're saying,
the Bible was given to us through the Spirit of the Most High.
That's right.
And through the hands of black men who wrote it. Moses and the prophets, the apostles were all Negroid, or what we would call African today. They're not African. Israel is in Africa. Israel is a separate culture, spirituality, practice, and lifestyle than Africans. They're not African.
That's right.
They did not come from the sons of Ham. They come from the sons of Shem.
That's
Abraham,
right.
Isaac, Jacob. Jacob is the patriarch of the 12 tribes. And the 12 tribes were, the 12 tribes were brought here, and then were brought here as slaves.
That's right.
Okay.
In the Caribbean too.
So we understand, see, bibliography, understanding of the second coming of Christ and everything really changes once you understand and really believe who the Bible is written. The audience the Bible is written to first, then who Christ is. What did he really look like? So you have to ask these questions when you read, because you'll miss it. You'll miss the points the Bible wants you to hear. Why would the Bible put in it what Christ looks like? Why?
Come on, Josh.
For those of you who don't know, go to Revelation 1. Hold that where you want to read.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go there.
This is a confirm.
Revelation 1.
Yeah. Revelation 1.
We'll share the screen. Revelation 1.
Oh, yeah. The word confirms what Josh is saying tonight. The word confirms everything he's saying. Because the Most High would have never laid down laws if a man can't keep them.
Right.
And that's the first thing Christians will say, well, you can't keep the law. Who says you can't keep it? You don't want to keep it. You're stiff-necked and you're turned away backward, Christian church. You're still doing the same thing your forefathers did today. Correct? Right, Tony?
Yep.
Doing the same thing. Rebelling against the Most High. Actually, the Christian church is making you turn against the Most High and follow Satan. Because Christianity is a made-up religion by the Pope and Constantine. Paul even said before his departure, wolves are going to come in and scatter the sheep. Right? All right, Tony? Mary, Josh, all right. Before my departure, before they kill me, I'm warning you that wolves are going to come. Now, I thank the Most High for Slavius, what's his name? Josephus, all right? I thank the Most High for some of these people, Clement, that came after Paul, that really had the truth, Josh, that kept the real, true ministry alive. Because all those brothers kept the law.
Verse 3.
Revelation 1:13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, S-O-N, not S-U-N, cloth with a garment down to the foot, and grit about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Were white like what?
Wool.
Were white like what?
Long blonde hair.
Like what?
Long red hair. Long like wool. As white as snow.
So the first identifying mark of what Christ looked like is he have woolly hair.
Show him our picture, Josh. Of Christ. Show him our logo. Show him real quick. Now here's what Christ looks like.
I can just go.
Yeah, you can go anywhere, but our logo is really plain and simple.
To this. And I'll show you. I don't even have to type it in.
Just show my logo, Josh. That's as plain as day, so we can keep going. Just, I mean, you know.
Why don't you just sit on top, Josh?
That's the best picture you could say, really.
I would spell woolly.
L-O-W-O-O-L.
Wool.
W-O-O-L, as white as snow. Now, take a look, folks. New people who are listening, because we got over 80,000 views now and over 1,025 subscribers. If you're listening tonight, we desperately need you to send us offerings, whatever you can afford a month. Please send it to josh.lavio@gmail.com. Thank you. Please send it.
So woolly hair.
Look at that. Who's got woolly hair? The Hispanics and the Afro-Americans. Where else do you see anybody else having woolly hair?
That's Jesus.
Keep reading.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire,
Read.
and his feet like unto fine brass.
So Christ had skin that was like brass.
So if you put a piece of brass in a
into
furnace or a
Uh-huh.
burner, it's going to turn out almost like a black bronze, black, not brown.
woolly hair.
There you go. There's woolly hair. There's Yashayah. There's the man you call Jesus.
Now, why would, here's a key point.
Tell them why it matters. Then we say it don't matter.
Now, why is it important that we have a description, a blatant description of the Messiah as a man of what we would call color today, a black man, a Negro, right? Why is it important that we have it in the Bible? Because sooner or later, they would put this up.
That's what Jesus.
They would put this up as the image of Jesus.
Now you want to believe that's Christ?
That's not. First of all, that's not woolly hair.
That's not woolly
That's
hair.
an X there.
It's got blue eyes. It's got white skin.
White can be.
Yeah.
And then that's what Christ. There's
Yashayah, the right side. See the white woolly hair, the black skin, eyes like fire,
His eyes aren't like fire.
like as fire.
Mhm.
Now Christ's eyes are blue, long blonde hair, red hair, and he looks like a faggot because that's just what he is. That's right. If you do the research like we did, you'll find out that Cesare Borgia, the missing books of the Bible, that the Roman Catholic Church took out of your Bible. That's why they took it out, folks, so you wouldn't understand and believe the truth. Now, why does it matter? Christian Church is famous for cliches, aren't they? Oh, it doesn't matter, brother. Oh, it doesn't matter to you. Your identity hasn't been stolen. To this homo figure of Christ.
Now, this is the true Christ.
There's the Christ.
Can you
No.
watch that?
And I don't care if white people are listening, Christians. That's the truth. You can love me, you can hate me. I really don't care. But we tell the truth on this program. And we love white people. We don't hate no one on our
We
program.
don't hate you. We just want to enlighten you.
Tell you the truth of who you're really worshiping on Sunday.
So we understand that Christ was not, and I repeat, was not European in appearance.
That's right.
Okay, he was
Black man.
what we would call Negro. That's, again, let me show you.
If we know without a doubt, they're all
Now,
the forefathers.
these are
all black.
what we would call ancient artifacts. This
That's
is
right.
before.
Way before this picture of Christ. Long
Before they went and did all.
That's right. Before Rome paid the artifice, all the artists to change the image of the real Christ into this Cesare Borgia.
So
The whitening of
That's right.
European.
Mhm.
so
You must do the research. You do the research, and you'll find out we're telling you the truth.
Acts 13:1.
Right now?
Then we'll go.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
I'll read that, Barak.
Mhm.
Right, Acts
We'll go.
13.
And I want to show you something here.
And if you get insulted and you get mad at this, if any white Christians are listening, or even black Christians that are in the church and you're being lied to, that's between you and the Most High. That's not our fault. We're telling you the truth. That's between you and the Most High. You got a problem with the Most High.
And it's good for them to listen to.
Sure.
Like Christians.
Yeah, of course. To know how you've been fooled.
So we understand.
X what, Josh? X what?
13:1.
Can I say something real quick? When I was a Christian, I would have killed for this white Christ. And I understand how you feel when you're hearing this. Wow, this brother hates Jesus. No, we don't. We love people who have been lied to. That's what our program's about. And that's why we do the research. And you can do it too. You don't have to believe us, right?
Mm-mm.
Do the research, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Do your homework.
Do your homework. And you'll find out we're telling you the truth. I stopped talking to this girl at Walmart. I got discouraged with her. I really did. She really coming on, and I'm really teaching her. I'm showing her. And then she told me the other day, and it's okay. Oh, yeah, me and my mom went back to our church. I said, you went back to idolatry. Anybody who opens that Christian door on Sunday walks into idolatry. And God, the Most High, your God, we don't call him God or Jesus. Your God or the real Jesus, he hates
Let's read.
idolatry. What do you want to read, Judge?
Acts 13:1.
All right. Now, there were in the church or the meeting place that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that were called Nigra or Nigra, and Lucas of Cyrene.
Stop.
Okay.
So,
all right.
now this artifact here is Paul, or in a rendition of the apostle Saul or Paul. That's Paul. All right. And as you see, as the Bible said, he is Niger or black in Latin.
Because the American slang for Niger is nigger. That's where they got the word from.
They just said it in the G.
Right.
Again, the early apostles, and all these are ancient. That's of course Christ in the middle, and his apostles were all. Now these are ancient. These are our artifactual evidence that the first apostles, and that's Christ. Now ignore the hand sign. He didn't know.
No, he didn't make no hand sign like that.
But woolly hair, skin like brass, right?
See, we even got to be careful with the pictures of black because it's been so polluted, our history, right? And the writings and the pictures.
And that's the Last Supper.
There you go. That's the real picture.
And I'll show you some more evidence here before we go into Barak. Paul and Peter. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the truth. Okay, so we know, again, we understand and we know the apostles and Christ were not Caucasian. And again, let me show you another quick image of the Last Supper. Now these, see, the reason I like these are no argumentation. These are ancient all these artifactual images are roughly over 1,000 years old. So this was 1000 AD and back, these were found.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these images could even be 1,000 or 2,000 years old.
More, Josh.
So
Maybe.
this was way before the Roman Catholic Church.
Oh, yeah.
So the Roman Catholic Church has all these ancient images in the catacombs. That's why people cannot go certain places. Again, the Last Supper. Right?
That's there it is.
So we understand. I mean, the truth is just out here.
The truth is the truth. Too damn lazy to search the scriptures and search. Many of those pastors are telling their churches not to go online, Josh.
Again, it's proof. It's fact. It's a proven fact, right? Okay, what are you?
Baruch.
We're in the Apocrypha, so now we're just going to read this.
I tell our new viewers, if you're just newly viewing in, you need to get the Apocrypha. You need to get a Bible, a King James Bible that has it in there already, or you can go online to any bookstore. Almost any bookstore has the Apocrypha for $7, $8, Josh. Okay. Now listen to Baruch. Baruch, first chapter, 19. You have it, Mary? Okay. All right, ready?
Baruch?
Yep. First chapter, 19. Since the day that the Most High brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt.
So Israel was brought out of Egypt. Again.
Okay.
Israel was brought out of Egypt, right?
Those are the tribes that were brought out of Egypt.
Okay. Israel was brought out of Egypt. Read.
Unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Most High, our power.
So they have been either willingly disobedient, or in certain captivities, they were taught to be outrightly disobedient with the Bible.
And we have been negligent in not hearing his voice. Wherefore, the evils cleave unto us, and the curse of Deuteronomy 28, which the Most High appointed by Moses, Deuteronomy 28, his servant, at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey, as like it is to see this day. Nevertheless, the Most High our power, according to all the words of the prophets whom he sent unto us, but every man followed his imagination of his own wicked mind, to serve strange gods, and to do evil in the sight of the Most High.
So it's plain what happened to the children of Israel. They kept rebelling against the Most High, like they do today.
And where are they today, Joshua? Where are the tribes, Joshua? All in Catholicism and Christianity. Being lied to by the pastors, who most of them know who they are and will not tell them. You want to go on in your life and keep saying it don't matter? If Christ is white or black? Let me tell you something, it does matter.
Oh, it matters a whole lot.
Yeah, it takes your identity away, who you are. That's why you don't feel like a prince and a king and a princess. I'm not talking about people who have money in the church and call their women princesses. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm talking about a queen, a prince, a queen, princesses. That's how you're supposed to feel every day. But you can't feel that because you've been lied to. So they tell you it don't matter.
Genesis chapter 49.
All right, 49, maybe. Genesis 49. Every one of those pictures that Joshua just showed you with the tribes of Israel, the 12, are all in Deuteronomy 49. I mean, Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33. And Leviticus, right, Josh? And Leviticus where? And in Jeremiah, all over the Bible, it mentions your people.
So we understand.
Sorry.
We excuse me. We understand. Before we read this, I want to put this out there. Anyway, what was that? Oh yeah. We understand the Bible completely differently than people have been taught to think about the Bible. Okay. The Bible is a history book. It identifies a certain people, a race of people.
That's right.
As the authors and the originators of civilization. Okay. Whether you believe or accept it, the Negro originated civilization. The Negro was the first man.
That's right.
And that's not something we just made up. That is a historical fact.
That's right.
Why? Because you can't have white producing black.
Come on.
Logically, black has to get lighter for there to be white. So the fact that not everyone is black proves that black people were the original people.
Okay. I like that, Josh. It's right. White. If they're white, how come they didn't get? If they're black, how come they didn't get white? If they came from white people.
Because white cannot produce anything other than white.
That's right.
But black people can produce very different shades of black.
People. That's right.
Black people can produce even white people, albino children that have Negroid features, but they come from two black parents.
Such as Esau.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Supposed to go back down. Supposed to go back down.
Tony, go ahead.
So before we read Genesis 29 and identify the 12 tribes, biblically speaking, I want to say this. After when we showed you those images here of the patriarchs and of the Bible, the truth of the matter is that they won't. Now, the funny thing is, they want you to believe that color doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they use color to portray in color as white, to portray
Christian books, colors, and white.
Movies, artwork.
Little children books are all white. We're supposed to be black. Movies, that's right. Huh?
They want you, see,
history books.
They want you to believe what they want you to believe about color. But they want you to put their view of color as your view of the Bible.
That's right.
But when you read the Bible and you figure out that the Israelites were dark as coal, Lamentations 4 verse 8, they were black as dirt, Jeremiah 14:2.
Come on.
Solomon was black, Song of Solomon 1, 5, and 6. The apostles were black, Acts 13:1. Christ was black, Revelation 1, 13 through 15. Daniel 10:6. The Most High is even black. That's Daniel. Actually,
that's good.
Before we read this, in Genesis 49. Let's go to Daniel 10, 7:6.
7.
No, Daniel
10.
7:9.
9. 9.
Then we'll go somewhere else. And then I'll show you something with Google Images again when we read it. When we read this next thing.
7. 9.
Daniel 7 and 9.
Now listen close, because Josh is going to expound on this, so you can get it. Let's take it. Oh, that's the thing.
Verse 9.
All right, Daniel 7:9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
Wait. For someone to sit down on a throne, that person has to have a body. So the Most High is not some disembodied entity or spirit in the sky. Okay, that's a lie. The Most High has a body.
Yeah, God is spirit. You ever hear them say that?
No.
No, I'm saying, you ever hear them say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read.
Whose garments was white as snow.
So he has a white garment.
Come on. And the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame.
So the Most High have woolly hair. Okay, we know what woolly hair and what people have woolly hair, or the roots of their hair is wool, not that they can grow their hair and style it as wool. They have woolly hair at the root. And so Christ, what the Most High, is black.
Come on. And his wheels as burning fire.
Ezekiel 1. Go to Ezekiel
wheels
1.
mean his chariot. Ezekiel 1, Josh? Huh?
Uh-huh. Ezekiel 1.
Oh, the chariot, yeah. Okay. Now we'll see what the wheels mean. Ezekiel 1, I think 4, right, Josh? Right, Mary?
5.
5. Okay, let's start at 5. Ready? Ezekiel 1, 5. Also, out of the midst thereof come the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Now, these 4 living creatures are angels.
Come on.
Or seraphim, or the angelic and the angels of heaven.
That's right.
Now, let's see what the heavenly angels look like.
And this was their appearance.
And this was their what?
Appearance.
And this was their what?
What they looked like.
No, it doesn't matter. Their what?
Appearance.
So this is what the angels look like.
They had the likeness of a man.
Read.
Not woman. And every one had 4 faces.
Read.
And every one had 4 wings.
Uh-huh.
And their feet were straight feet.
Uh-huh.
And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a what?
Yeah.
As a calf's foot. Wow. And they sparkled like the color.
Like the what?
They sparkled like the color.
Like the what?
Color.
Like the what?
Color.
Of what?
Of brimstone, of burning brass.
So the angels were the
burnished
brass,
right.
Or brass that you burn,
right?
Or
burnished.
refined brass. What color is refined brass?
Come on,
black.
Come on, it's all over the Bible, folks. But you want to sit and listen to the Bible that's been twisted? You go ahead, and I'll take the word for itself and see what it says.
before we go into Genesis 49, I'm going to go back and show you what we just read. Hold on.
And this word, I'm getting so sick of hearing it. Everybody calls each other brother. Ever hear that? Hey,
Yeah.
brother. Hey, brother. Especially in the gym.
Everybody's your brother.
I told a brother today that listens to us. He said that in front of a brother. A white, I don't know what he was, India. Said, Brother Pat, this man looks like you, brother. I said, I don't have any brothers unless they keep the Lord on Sabbath. And angels are men. There is nowhere in the word, right, Josh, that angels are women. Because Genesis says the fallen angels came down and had sex with the women of men. But they couldn't have been lesbians. They were men. Wow, look at this.
Angels.
Look at that, Josh.
So,
You got a young for them.
so we understand that the angels of heaven have skin as black brass, burnished brass. So that's clear, right?
Yeah.
We understand. So not only is the heavens white, the Most High black, Christ is black, so are the angels. Okay, so we don't know. Well, I don't know where people get the well, you should know who taught you that everyone in heaven looks like a European.
Yeah.
Why? Because that gives the European power structure supremacy over you. Why?
Come on.
Because if you believe them that everyone is black, everyone is white, that makes them supreme over you, or think it's righteous to be under them. So, Genesis chapter 49.
What is it, Josh?
49.
Oh, Genesis 49, okay.
The one.
Oh, Genesis 49.
And as hold on.
Take your time. 49. Genesis 49. And it's so true what my son just said. When it doesn't matter, it actually gives people authority and power over you, your thinking and everything. Your freedom of learning the truth. And that keeps you under white supremacy. And especially in the white church.
Read. Go on. So, as we were saying, as long as you believe that Christ have no color, Christ is color.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Then why do you accept? Why do you go to movies where they portray a color of Christ?
Well, but you'll run to those movies and watch that white Christ, right? And give those people money. Look at the money the movie industry is making on these phony Christ movies. Especially that demonic movie Left Behind. Wake up, Christian church. If you're listening tonight, wake up. Because we're doing this out of love, not hate. We're doing this out of caring for you. Genesis 49, 1 Joshua.
1.
And Jacob, called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Now, we're past the time of Jehudah. Ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel, your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn.
Right.
My might, and the beginning of my strength. The excellency of dignity.
So, the tribe of Reuben are the Seminole Indians.
Right here in Florida.
And the Aboriginals of Australia as well.
Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel. Because thou wentest up to thy father's bed. When Reuben had adultery with Jacob's what was her name? What was her name, Josh? His concubine or his wife. He had sex with her. Then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch or couch. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Correct me, right. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
So
go ahead, Josh.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. So anyway, what would happen was Simeon and Levi would end up dwelling on the same landmass on over here in the Western world. What is that? Hispaniola. What is Hispaniola divided between? Haiti, Levi, and Simeon, the Dominicans. Simeon and Levi being their true racial identifiers, not what the Europeans renamed them.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. They have witchcraft.
So that's speaking about witchcraft. And there is a lot of witchcraft and demonology going on between these two people.
And Roman Catholicism seminary, what do you call it? How do you say it?
Read.
Okay. O my soul, come not thou into their secret.
In other words, because their secrets,
Don't get involved.
their secret things, their witchcraft can harm people.
That's right.
That are unaware of the power that those people possess. Because these are extremely spiritual people. The Levites, the Haitians, used to conduct the tabernacle worship.
Wow.
Under Moses. They were under Levi or under
mighty priest
Aaron.
O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united.
So don't unite with their evil.
For in their anger they slew a man.
So why? Because that witchcraft can kill people that are unaware of it. That's why voodoo and all those people, they use chickens a lot. They use clean animals. They use chickens to put roots on people. Why? Because chickens are clean animals. Their blood is clean. they're righteous animals, although they're part of the Levitical dietary system that was given to Levi or the Haitian. That is why a lot of the animals they use are right, although they're using them under Satan, they're still showing you that they still resemble certain of their custom under the Most High. So read.
For in their anger they slew a man. Who was that again, Josh?
Read.
There was that city. And in their self-will they digged down a wall.
Read.
Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce. And their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
So he divided them between Simeon and Levi. That's speaking about the land of Hispaniola. And they're divided because they are separated between those two countries.
Yeah, but tell me what happened with the city. Who was it? What they did, they started actually a war without telling the father.
Read.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Who, Mary?
Dina.
Yeah. No, Dina, the girl. Remember? They raped the girl.
Sister.
Right. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
So Judah is a so-called Negro.
Come on.
Why do the tribes or the people praise this tribe? Why? Because everybody wants to be like the Negro. Right? Everyone wants to be the Negro. Everyone wants to play sports like the Negro. Worship like the Negro. Letting you know something about the Negro that people don't really understand, even them. And this is just one of fact that is irrefutable. If you did not know anything about church, and you had friends and they went to church and you wanted to see what church you would rather go to between a white church and a black church, which church would you prefer to go to? The black church, necessarily, because they worship. There's a different
DNA.
When you walk into a black church and they worship, there is a different level of spirituality that they are bringing out.
That's right.
Why? Because those are the worshipers. They are the kings. They are showing you. They are connecting to God. I mean, they are connecting to what they believe was given to them, through slavery and oppression.
That's right.
But they are still connecting to something. They are using their spiritual power to invoke or to worship what they believe is correct.
That's right.
That is why everyone wants to worship like them. Everyone wants to play sports like them. Everybody wants to dress like them. Everyone wants to entertain like them. They are natural born leaders. Read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
So your enemy would need you specifically to build his kingdom.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
So your father's children and the Israelites would look to you mainly for leadership, or they would look to you, the Judite or the Negro, for worship, for dress code, music. That's why the Negroes are used to push rap music, mainly because that is the spirit that they want the Israelites to be under, that vibration, that evil music vibration.
That's really not them.
Read.
Okay, Mary.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
So he's a baby lion. What is a baby lion? A baby lion is someone a lion that does not know what it fully is yet.
From the prey.
Mm-hmm.
My son thou art gone up,
They get up, good.
go up. He stooped down. He crouches as a lion, and as an old lion who shall rouse.
All right, so in here he's saying he's sleepy, he doesn't know who he is, and someone has to wake him up. Go ahead, Josh. The scepter shall not depart from Yehuda, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until peace comes, Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Look at that.
Read.
Binding his fowl unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
So that's when Christ comes back and destroys everything. He's going to bathe his clothes in the blood of his enemies.
Wow. His eyes shall be red with wine.
Read.
And his teeth white with milk.
Read.
Again, Mary.
Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto the
Zidon.
So, who
Zidon.
The tribe of Zebulun are the Panamanians and the Colombians.
Right there.
Right here. These are
you
the
read that?
Zebulunites. They dwell at the haven of sea, and they're as a haven of ship. Why? Because of the Panama Canal. Okay? They dwell where people have to pass through to go through the other to go to the other side of America. Without the Panama Canal, you would have to go fully around South America to the west coast or the west. Read.
Issachar is a strong ass,
Issachar are the so-called Mexicans.
crouching down between two burdens.
So he resembles an ass. What is an ass? A burdensome animal. In other words, he would work a lot. He can work him hard.
Yeah, Mary.
And he saw that rest was good.
Siesta. Yeah.
And the land that it was pleasant.
All right. Mexico
And
is
just
beautiful.
to show you some here, hold that. And I want to show you all some. These are black Hispanics, black Latinos, letting you know there are still Hispanics that have Negroid features. That's a Puerto Rican. Now he looks Afro. The Afro, the
lips.
Uh-huh. Roberto Clemente.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just showing you this to show you there are still Hispanics that if you didn't know better, you would swear they were Negro. There's a Latino woman, but if you didn't know better, you would swear she was black. Right? She looks Afro. There goes another one. So because the Bible also tells us that Ephraim or the northern kingdom tribes is a cake unturned. Let me find that. Let me find that. So that would make more sense if we showed how do you spell Ephraim? E-F-E-P-H.
Hold on.
A-M.
Hold on.
We take our time here so everyone gets the information right.
Where is Ephraim? Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Joseph, Benjamin.
How do you spell? You know how to spell Ephraim?
Well, that would be Joseph's Raw.
Oh,
That's an Ephraim, right?
How do you spell Ephraim, Tony?
E-P-H-R-A-M-I.
M.
Yeah,
How do you spell it again? E-P-H.
A-M-I-M-I-T-E. Ephraim, right?
Ephraim. No, Ephraim.
Ephraim. Or A-I-M, right?
why does it have the?
No, that would be Joseph's Raw because he had Ephraim,
okay.
who that's where
Yeah,
the
but it would.
Ephraim were Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but it would have it in
Down in about
Deuteronomy
21,
23, right? Or 33, right?
Yeah, about 21 through 24, I think.
8.
Okay.
Benjamin is
unturned.
Hold on, Josh. I got it in a second. Hold on.
to be right before.
In Deuteronomy 33, it should be in, right?
Well,
32, right? Oh, 33.
So
right?
before we go back to, I want them to have the
Looking for the
scripture for
spelling,
themselves. Go to Hosea.
Oh, you don't want the spelling of Ephraim, right?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay,
Hosea.
Hosea 7, 7 and 8.
All right.
So Ephraim,
minor
or
prophets.
the northern kingdom, because Ephraim was the head tribe of the northern kingdom. And go back to the pictures here.
Hosea. Where, Josh? You want to go back here, right, Josh? You come back?
And this is a good.
You want to come back?
Yeah, Hosea
Genesis.
7 and 8.
Come back to Genesis, right? 29. All right. Hosea what? 7 and 8?
Read.
7. I got it. 8. Okay. Hosea. Chapter 7.
Go back to this.
Verse 8, right? Okay. Ready? Ephraim.
Stop.
E-P-H-R-A-I-M.
Hosea 7, 8.
Ready? Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
So Ephraim, or the northern kingdom. Now, if we look at this picture, here's a sister, a Latina woman, who's black.
Now, you don't know if they're Afro-American or they're Puerto Rican.
Read. Ephraim
is a cake not turned.
Now, Ephraim is a cake not turned. What does that mean? Now, look at these two women, right? They're Hispanic, but they're white. Look at them. They have very little pigmentation. That's what the Bible means when Ephraim, or the northern kingdom, would mix themselves or be mixed with the other nations. So due to that mixing, what happened? Their skin became white.
Wow. Strangers have devoured his strength.
That's the European. Now, read that verse again.
Strangers?
Stop. No, verse 8.
Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
Again, those are Hispanics that are, but
Look how white they are now.
now look at the sister in the middle. You would swear she's black, but she's not. But if you look to the two Latinos on the left, so-called Latinos, who are Israelites, they would appear white. Read.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Ephraim is a what?
Cake.
When you bake a cake on one side, it's black, but when you flip it over, it's white, because that other side is uncooked.
Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not. Yea, gray hairs are here.
Now, here's another great example of this, right?
Yeah.
Stop. Here is another example of this, right? This is a Latino, two Latins, right?
Wow, and they were seeking for all this, like the girl across the street. She don't want to hear about it. Wow. You hear what it says after? Read that down a little bit. Look what that says. That's Judy across the street. She don't want to hear about it.
So Ephraim is a cake unturned. Where's that picture? Ephraim, or the northern kingdom tribes, is a cake unturned. In other words, due to the fact that they were mixed or raped by the Europeans, their complexion would change from black, Afro Latino, from black to white.
Wow.
Okay, so we understand that this is the mixed version of the Northern Kingdom Israelites, right? This is the mixed version. This is the original version. This is what they looked like when they were here originally. You swear this man is black, but he's not.
Black Hispanic.
Right?
No, we know that, but
so you can be. So
they don't understand about the white man. Some very, very few do.
Let's go back to Genesis 49 again.
Yeah, let's get this. Okay, that was good, Josh. I like that. I remember Hosea 7. 7:8, right? Yeah.
Gad's next.
Gad is next.
Don't read Dan.
Gad, a troop shall overcome him. The American soldiers, the army, the military. The
Gad
government.
are the Native American so-called Indians. Okay, so we understand how these people were conquered. What the cavalry and all these other European people conquered and stole this land.
Come on. How true. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the end. Out of Asher.
Asher are the Brazilian and Venezuelans. Read.
His bread shall be fat.
In other words, his land would be mineral and naturally, it would be very rich in minerals, oil, brass, gold. Read.
And he shall yield royal dainties.
Read.
Naphtali is a hind let loose.
Naphtali are the Hawaiians, Samoans. Read.
He giveth goodly words. Now where's Samoans? Let me show me Samoans. Where, right there?
Uh-huh.
Naphtali Samoans. Wow. Okay, ready?
Read.
Joseph is a fruitful bar.
Now Joseph,
The Manassites
Ephraim,
and the Ephraimites.
Mm-hmm.
Manasseh are the Ephraim are what we would call today Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Riches.
Read.
Right. Even a fruitful bar by a well,
Uh-huh.
whose branches run over the wall. They
Have lots of children.
Lots of children,
and they
and they
live,
stick together.
and their families are usually all together.
All together. The archers have sorely grieved him, Columbus, and shot at him and hated him. But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty power of Jacob.
Read.
From whence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel, Yashayah, even by the power of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee, with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under.
Read.
Blessings of the beast and of the womb, breast and of the womb. The blessings of thy father have prevailed.
Read.
Above the blessings of thy progenitors, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. Thank you.
Read.
They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. Wow. Wolf songs. Benjamin. Go ahead, Mary.
Benjamin shall raven as a wolf.
Jamaica. Go ahead, Josh.
In the morning you shall devour the prey.
So during the slave trade, this was particularly one of the tribes that would be known for taking ships, slave ships, killing the crews. This is the Maroon tribe. They were called the Maroons, where in Africa, the Benjaminites. Okay, so those are the 12 tribes. Okay, this is the audience who the Bible is addressed to, and out of these people would come the apostles and Christ, who would end up sending his apostles throughout the whole earth. Why? Because the 12 tribes were scattered, and as well as the true church or assembly under the apostles under Israel would be set up under Peter and Paul. Peter would teach the Israelites, and Paul mainly was sent throughout the earth to teach the Gentiles. Now, what was the doctrine that Paul taught the Gentiles? We know from Acts 13 and Acts 24 that he was teaching the law, the Sabbath. He was not teaching them Sunday worship. Sunday worship did not come to 325 years later. Sunday worship was not even in the mind of the authors of the Bible. No one in the Bible went to an assembly on a Sunday.
Come on.
Only pagans and rebellious people worship on Sunday.
That's right.
Okay. Just to show you some, and I'll read to prove what I just said, because we prove everything here. Don't take what we say for face value. Never take someone's word on his face. That's how you get lied to. I'm going to go to Matthew 28. Okay. And I'm going to show you how words can be slightly misleading in the Bible, and how a phrase can mislead you if you don't understand what was originally meant to be understood by the author. Okay, Matthew 28, verse 1. In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week.
Now listen closely.
Now, okay, when you read that without knowing anything about what that really is supposed to mean or say, what does first day of the week mean? Sunday, right?
That's what they think, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, without understanding.
Right.
You would assume first day of the week is Sunday because Sunday is the first day of the week.
That's right.
Right? But under further
observance and
study and scholarship, when you go into the Greek, the first day of the week or first day of the week, and you look, you find out that first day of the week is Sabbathon or Sabbath. So Christ rose between the intervals of the Sabbath. Like
6 days later, right, Josh?
Or a week or from
that Friday till that following Friday.
Okay, so he rose during a weekly Sabbath, right? A Sabbath week. What was the Sabbath week that he died? Passover. So the following week, the week of unleavened bread, he rose. Okay, so Sabbaton, it's not Sunday. Christ did not raise. Okay, basically, you can either take this to mean day or week. Sabbath, week, or day. Okay, so Christ rose on the Sabbath. I'll say it again. Christ rose on the Sabbath. I'll say that again. Christ rose on the Sabbath. He did not rise on Easter. I'll say it again.
Come on.
Because it went over your head. Christ did not raise on the on Sunday, on Easter. He rose on the Shabbat, on the holy day, the Sabbath. Let's see. I just want to see, and I'll show you. Does this somehow change in the other accounts of the resurrection? Let's see. Let's go to Mark, the following book to Matthew.
Wow. Let's
see if Matthew got it wrong. Did he actually raise on
28:1?
That was Matthew 28:1. This is Mark 16:1. And when the Sabbath was passed. Now again, not understanding when you hear
right, you
the
see
Sabbath
that, Josh. Yeah.
passed, you think it's Sunday. Right?
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene and Mary and James and they might
Solomon.
And very early in the morning, the first day of the week. Now, very early in the morning. So, again, first day of the week. Let's go to the Greek. Let's go to verse 2. And it's very easy. All you got to do is go on your computer. This is why we share the screen, so you can study with us.
That's
so you
right.
don't think we're making this up.
Come on.
And very early on the first day of the week, Sabbath week, Sabbaton, right? Let's see if it changes, because people think things change. The Bible does not change.
I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Sabbaton. Wait a minute. this is the same word that Matthew had for week. There's a problem now because you thought you keep Sunday. I think that's a problem.
Clear the air, Josh.
Sabbath week, interval between days. Now, interval between Sabbaths. Now, when you understand the holy days, Christ was the Passover lamb. He died on Friday, Passover. What is 3 days from Friday? 3 days and 3 nights.
Sunday.
No, 3 days and 3 nights.
Oh. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
From Friday, you said.
Tuesday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Day, night, day, night, day, night. Right?
No, you don't count Friday.
Oh, Saturday, Sunday, oh, Monday.
Tu-
Or
isn't-
Tuesday. Tuesday.
Huh?
Tuesday.
You go
I thought it was Wednesday
Saturday, Sunday, Saturday,
to Sunday.
Saturday whole day, night, Sunday. That's 1.
All right.
Sunday to Monday is 2 nights, 2
Mhm.
days and 2 nights. So,
Tuesday would be the third day.
So I said Tuesday.
so he rose Wednesday.
That's what I said. I told you first. Wednesday. That's what I said first. Wednesday.
So Christ rose the following
Sabbath time.
or the following
Wednesday.
Wednesday or
Wow.
the 4th day of the week.
And that's like 3 days before any preparation for the Sabbath. That's awesome, Josh.
So he rose between Tuesday and Wednesday.
Look
Christ.
at that. Look at that.
Again, I'll show you. Let's see if it changes. For sake of argument, for those of you who still want to believe that he rose on Easter, let's see. Let's go to
They got the whole world believing this, man.
Luke.
The whole world's going to wonder after the beast, guys.
The
Luke.
Bible says, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses
Come on.
shall every word be
That's
established.
right. 2 or 3 witnesses.
So we have to go 2 or 3 places to
Places.
establish
That's
a
right.
doctrine.
Okay, we go.
Where are we going, Josh? Luke, where?
4.
First verse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll read it. Luke 24. Here we go again. Now, upon the first day of the week, very early in the morning, they came unto the sepulchre, bringing
Stop.
There you go.
Of the week. Again,
here you go.
I'll show you again.
Hmm.
First day of the week.
And this is Luke.
Let's be witnesses.
It's 3 witnesses.
Sabbaton. Now, after, like we said before, we have proven to you beyond any doubt that Christ could not have rose on Sunday. That's not even 3 days. That's a day and a half.
That's right.
Really.
That's right.
That's not even a full day.
That's right.
That's
'Cause Friday
Sunday.
to Saturday is 1 day. Saturday, Sunday is 2 days.
Oh,
No.
not counting Friday.
They put him in the sepulchre Friday. You got to count Friday. Friday to Saturday is 1 day. Saturday, Sunday is 2 days. You couldn't have rose Sunday. Wow, this is good, Josh. Finish it, Josh.
So we clearly
What kind of church has been lied to? Man?
So Christ rose, you have to do 3 days and nights. So Friday night to Saturday night is 1.
Yeah,
That's wait.
that's right. Friday to Saturday is 1 day.
Yeah, Friday night. No.
So Saturday night is 1 day.
No, you don't count Friday.
So Saturday to Sunday is 1 day.
Yeah. because he
Sunday
was
to Mondays too.
because they start at sundown. Remember,
Right.
so Friday you don't count Friday.
Right.
So Saturday to Sunday is 1.
Sunday to Monday.
Sunday to Monday night is 2.
Right.
And Monday to Tuesday night is 3, and then he would rose early in the morning.
Oh, I see.
On Wednesday.
Right. There you go.
Early Wednesday morning.
Early Wednesday morning.
On the dirt after the third day.
That's when they came and they looked for Christ, and the sepulchre was open and wasn't on
And
Easter
the angel
Sunday.
was there.
Right.
So Christ rose on what we would know
That could have
as
been him.
Wednesday, or between Tuesday and Wednesday he rose. So Christ did not raise on Easter. I'll say it again. Christ did not resurrect on a Sunday. It wasn't even near Sunday when he rose. It was 2 to 3 days after Sunday when he rose. Okay, so the Bible says we have shown you in 3 places in the Bible where it clearly tells us that Christ did not resurrect on Sunday. So you have to get rid of Sunday as anything relatively close to the Bible. The Bible does not tell you to go to church on Sunday, to have anything to deal with Sunday worship. Why? Because Sunday was instituted by sun worshipers, by Constantine. Okay, Sunday was never followed religiously as a worship day connected to the Bible until 325 years after Christ. So from Christ to 325 AD, nobody kept Sunday that was righteous. Nobody followed Sunday worship that was under the Bible. Pagans kept it.
So now you know why we don't keep it, because we found the truth. That's why we don't celebrate. We come together on the Sabbath for teaching the Bible.
Right.
Not a mixture of paganism.
So, let me put us back on before we close.
Well, that was good, Josh. That was really good, Amir. You see, you'll learn with us. See? And we've always said that, folks. You'll always learn with us. As we learn, you'll learn. If you're willing to believe the Bible and not people.
So as we clearly showed you, there is no physical way that you can get. Now, understand, you have to calculate days according to the Bible too.
That's right. That's right.
Because Friday wasn't counted as a day when Christ was buried, because it was already at the end, or
over 6.
Yeah, it was the end of the Sabbath.
Right.
It was the end of Friday, so it was night when they put him in the tomb.
That's right.
So they put him in the tomb actually on Saturday morning. So Saturday morning, the whole day Saturday, Sunday is a day. That's one day. Sunday morning and night to Monday night and morning is 2 days and 2 nights. Monday, the whole day Monday from sunset to sunset is a day. To Tuesday. So Christ rose on Wednesday. Okay? Christ did not raise anywhere close to a Sunday. Actually, Christ was still in the tomb on Sunday. If you learn to calculate the days correctly according to the Bible, according to the sun.
Awesome, brother.
When the sun sets, the day ends. When the moon rises, that's a new day. When the moon sets, that you're still in the same day. Okay? You're in one day. That's a day from sunset, from anyway. So we understand that we understand, as I said earlier, the Bible is completely differently understood when you really understand it. Okay? So with that said, we say shalom.
Shalom.